When I said in the last video we finished filming, I forgot about there was one last thing to film, which was the last Pigman video, which I've just shot. So now we are officially wrapped. I mean, basically this is the last video I'm going to do about working on Paz and on the web series. Next Monday I'll be uploading the very last Paz vs Stuff video. I've decided to end it there. It's kind of reached a kind of good stopping point. Yeah, having done this for a year and a half of the filming, and we've been working on the project even longer, I think it was time to stop and time to sort of work out what to do next. I think I've learned a lot from doing this, an incredible amount really, both about directing and working with actors and about the sort of creative process as well, like the collaborative process. Because it's so kind of low tech, I mean, it is me and a camera and Cheryl and my brother Pete and occasionally other actors or other people helping out, but mostly it's been the sort of core three of us. When it is that low tech, it's sort of, at my level, you do have to come up with like quite a lot of creative solutions to problems. So yeah, as of Monday, Paz will be finished. I guess I want to end on something that's kind of that I've always come back to. So right at the beginning, I was talking with a friend, my friend Geraint. He's a university lecturer, but he's been helping me out with the sort of project in a kind of he helped in a very direct way with the Nazimova episode. He wrote Nazimova's paper, which you can still see, and I think became kind of the like, for me anyway, it sort of cemented what the project was, what the story was. So he wrote that paper. I'd never heard of it talk before, like, even though that's what I was kind of writing about. But also, like, in a more general sense, like right from the beginning, we were chatting about it, and we were talking about the script, and I sent him the script. He's one of the few people who read the original script, and I was saying, well, I'm going to have to, because the script's kind of different from, Paz had already been existing at that point for about a year on Twitter and blog. I was saying that I think I'm going to have to change some of the stuff on the blog because some of it doesn't tally with what's in the script. That people would go back through Paz's blog and find the kind of snippets about her life that are in the blog and say, well, hang on, this doesn't tally with what you're saying in your videos. And Geraint said something really, really interesting, which was that it's now that stuff is online, it's there, like it exists, and you can't go back and change it. I mean, you can. It's sort of disingenuous to kind of go back and take something out. And I've stuck with that the whole way through, that principle of like, once we've done something, it's there. So when I've done things and they haven't worked, yeah, there were things on the blog and certainly things on Twitter where I was sort of experimenting things like the script I mentioned when she was writing a script. That didn't really turn into anything or work, but like it's still, I'm going to go back and delete all those tweets about it to make the story coherent. It's like it happened and it's there. And I think where I'm going with this is that became like the guiding principle of the whole thing, was that, yeah, whenever it was like, oh, I'm not sure, I wish I should have done that, it's like, well, I've done it now, it's there, it exists, let's move on. I also think that that's true going forward, that even though it's finished and Paz is sort of no more, all of that stuff is still there, all her videos are still online, all her Twitter account is still there, her blog is still there. In theory, forever. I mean, as long as Twitter and Blogger and YouTube still exist, those things will exist. So she's still real in a way, because anyone, someone could still Google Lanark or Tower of Fear or any number of things that Paz has talked about, come across one of those things, and maybe they just watch the one video or see the one tweet or whatever. If they go into it, then the story, they could still follow the story through, and find all these videos, and it's like it's always going to exist. So even though this is the end, it's not the end really, and it's never really going to end. Like I think that's one of the sort of characteristics of things online, about online storytelling, is that it doesn't really end because it's always there for people to discover. So even though the videos are finished and I'm not using the Twitter account anymore, I think Paz is still very much alive in the sense that we kind of set out to prove that you could make an online profile seem real. That was the point of the whole story, and that story is still ongoing. I'll just quickly say thank you to everyone who's been watching. Thank you to everyone, in particularly who's sort of watched this channel, and that's always been really kind of sort of kept me going with this. Actually, is that the times I thought, is there any point of this, or is it worth having people cross at me for this sort of little web series thing? But actually, yeah, I've had messages from people saying how much they enjoy it and how interested they are in the whole thing, and so thank you for that. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next. I'm probably not gonna. Like honestly, I think I'm gonna go offline for a while. Like I was never that into sort of Twitter and Facebook and things, and social media. Like I was never someone who had my phone on all the time. I did quite often go out without my phone and quite often leave it switched off, much to the frustration of people wanting to get hold of me. But and because of Paz, because of doing this, I've sort of become that person, because there was always I always wanted to see what people were tweeting about or tweeting to Paz about. And I think that's the thing about living a life online, is you it must be worse for people, YouTubers who do it full time. Like you feel like you're constantly on, you feel like you have to do stuff all the time. And I think with the nature of Paz, there was also that added thing of like, I must show she's real, so I must kind of interact with some people and post some stuff. And I'm really looking forward to not doing that for a while. I'm just kind of not doing anything on Twitter and turning my phone off again. So I'll sort of do that for a while. I'm sure it won't be for long, because I do think there's some kind of the internet and where we are now with technology, and our sort of particularly our kind of cultural response to that is sort of, I think there's a lot of stuff there, a lot of narratives still to be mined from that. So I'm sure I'll end up doing something online again, but I need a break. Anyway, so thanks again for watching. Thanks for watching this series. If you still have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll put the links below. It is all there. Thank you. Bye-bye.